Good evening. I hope I don't need all 6 minutes. You guys give the public a lot of homework here. One thing I wanted to start off real quick is just on the city plan. According to the State of California Office of Planning and Research, a general plan is each government's blueprint for meeting the community's long-term vision for the future. Emphasis on the community's vision. Per the City of Mill Valley, the general plan is, quote, the link between the expressed values and vision of the community and the resulting public process and decision-making. So, I don't even know where to start. I've got all these consultant reports that I looked over. I know that a number of the city council members have emphasized bikes over cars. If you look at the hotel EIR, it shows that this project will result in 966 additional cars per day on Petaluma Boulevard. This will cause our D Street and Petaluma Boulevard intersection to go from a D level of service to an E, which is a failing grade. The EIR does not take into account cumulative impacts. I know you intend to, Oyster Cove will have 250 parking spaces on Copeland. The city owns the chain-linked fence opposite Walnut Park, and that's going to be ostensibly affordable housing that will probably have parking. Then there's behind Grocery Outlet, and then I think you have plans for a 10-story at Lakeville near the transit station. We already have, per this EIR, we already have a failing intersection. So you really do have to take into account all those other impacts. In terms of our historic district, it says that Petaluma is a significant example of a Victorian-era town center. The downtown commercial district, which is has important examples of Italianate and Second Empire-style cast-iron front commercial buildings, as well as examples of later styles, including the Renaissance Revival, Art Moderne, and Mediterranean Revival styles. There were, by Page and Turnbull, who did the update to the general plan for, these are the expert architectural historians from San Francisco. They said there were 380 properties that are potentially eligible for protection. And that's very concerning because we're getting the cart before the horse with this overlay because we have not identified or looked into protecting those properties. And indeed, on the executive findings, that many of them have not yet been fully or partially implemented, and that the city regulations and procedures for review of demolition of historic buildings does not align with CEQA's definition of age eligibility for potential historic resources. I'm reading off the document. Okay, I have 3 more minutes. And so we need objective design standards to provide a consistent framework for rehabilitation and ensure that the historic character of our buildings and neighborhoods are retained. There's just so much here. Ensure that new development adjacent to eligible historic and cultural resources is compatible with the character of those resources. That's 3P6. Just to pick up on what Councilman Schribb said, our 1906 Carnegie Library was designed by Brainerd Jones. It's in very close proximity to the EKN Hotel. It has a leaded glass dome, which you may not know is the largest freestanding one in Northern California. If you look at our noise and vibration assessment done by Illingworth and Rodkin, I'm going to run out of time here, it says exposure to excessive ground-borne vibration due to construction is a significant impact. I know you're going to say that you can mitigate it, M Group, because you've never not mitigated one, but that's bogus because it says here that the 0.3 inches per second vibration limit is going to be exceeded, and I'm very concerned about that that glass ceiling. It says by the pile drivers and vibratory compaction. The other issue with the noise is that it says that every event and activity is going to be above 60 decibels, and it says that, wait a minute, let's see if I can find it. Yeah. Excessive ground, okay, so noise levels above 45 decibels have been shown to affect sleep, so that's not good for the people in the downtown. Noise levels above 60 decibels per the report, these are not my words, 30 to 35% of the population is, quote, highly annoyed. So your rooftop patio noise event is going to be above 60 decibels, and your rooftop equipment is already at 75 decibels, so people are going to have to turn the music up even higher. But you say this is not a significant impact. Very odd. On the cumulative impacts for traffic, so we're going to have a fail on the intersection of D Street and Petaluma Boulevard, and we're already, I think you know that people already sit through multiple turns of that intersection, and they can't move on across D Street. So lots and lots of things that are significant impacts that in the past my experience has been in the many years I've come up before the city that the M Group always says can be mitigated. I would just once like to see some objectivity on these significant impacts. Thanks.